you're going to add a high current electrical draw device to your vehicle, like an electric fan or a high pressure fuel pump, one of the ways to wire it correctly is with a relay. Here's how a relay works and how to wire it. If an item is going to draw more than 20 amps, you can't power it with just a switch. What will happen over time is the contacts in the switch will become burnt, and then either the switch won't function at all, or worse, the item can become stuck on. That's when you need a relay. This is a 40 amp 12 volt relay. And the way a relay works is actually very simple. Inside the relay, we have a small electrical coil. This is essentially just an electromagnet. When you turn this electromagnet on, there's contacts at the end that basically close. This allows the high current power to travel through. Every relay is rated for a specific output. This is a 40 amp. This is a 120 amp. You can see the 120 amp relay uses much more robust internal wiring. All relays use a very common terminal identification system. There's going to be a number 85, a number 86, a number 87, and a number 30. To help visualize how the relay is wired up, I added some wires to it. So these two wires are the switch wires that control the relay. So this is going to be 12 volts that's coming through a fuse and from either a switched source or power when the key is on. The ground obviously goes to ground. That's terminal 85 and 86. Terminal 87 is going to connect directly to the battery. And then terminal 30 is going to go out and connect to whatever high current device we're trying to power, whether it's an electric fan or a fuel pump or any other off-road light that you want it to. Now, to turn the relay on and off, we would add a switch. And the switch can either go in between the power wire that's coming from the vehicle to the relay after it goes through a fuse, or it can go on the ground wire. It just changes how the relay is turned on. If the switch goes on this wire that is providing 12 volts to the relay, it's called a positive fired relay. If the switch goes on the negative wire, it's called a negatively triggered relay. And when connecting wires to the relay, make sure you're using heat shrink connectors or bare connectors and additional heat shrink tubing. I have fallen in love with this Ingersoll Rand cordless heat gun. It has two fan speeds, 10 and 7 cubic feet per minute. It has a maximum output of just over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It has a hook that allows you to hang it when you're working inside an engine bay, or you can set the tool on its back with the rubberized bumpers. And the nice thing is, because the fan switch is a slide switch, makes hands-free use even easier. And it has a hands-free device for removing the temperature cones so you don't burn yourself when you're using it.